Hello, Facebook world, Twitter world, whatever world universe that we're from. Tanya Hills from Cloud Business Services and Tanya's Bookkeepers Bootcamp. Back to you again from CPB Canada Ignite here in Calgary. And I am with the wonderful, lovely Trifold ladies right now. So we have Marge, who is, yes, the purple one. We have Dianne, who is, yes, the green one.
Yes.
Look for their colors. Oh. And then we have Shelley, who is the blue one.
Which isn't really very blue today. Sorry. You've got blue eyeshadow on.
Yeah, blue eyeshadow. There's
You're
blue
trying
there.
to make it.
Your pants look like they could be a navy.
Yes.
You see, you got the blue. You're still sticking with it.
Blue, you know, nail polish.
I have to say, what I really missed this year was the streaks in the hair. I loved that last time we were together at the last CPB.
You go, ladies.
I loved it, and I missed that. So I think you should do that for the next one.
Okay.
Okay.
Promise.
Okay. So for those of you who are out there who may not know what Trifold is, what it's about, first off, shame on you unless you're in the U.S. That's okay. It's for Canadians right now mostly. Yeah. For Canadian, well, not mostly. It is for Canadians right now. I don't know if there's any plan to expand, and I'm getting the evil eye that I don't even ask that. So, what do you want them to know about Trifold? What does Trifold do?
Start?
No, you go ahead.
We are, first and foremost, a training company by bookkeepers for bookkeepers. So we're quite proud of that. The three of us have been bookkeepers for quite some time. We are also certified instructors. And bookkeepers understanding the core of their activities when they're doing the tasks we all do, and understanding what they're doing is definitely a big part of our goal.
Absolutely, and I think it's more important in today's world now than ever, because with cloud bookkeeping and cloud accounting, these products that make it so easy for people to try to go in and do their own. There's a lot of people who go out and try to do that, but they don't have a full understanding of what's happening in the back end. And so that's where you guys are filling that gap in and going in and saying, here's what's happening in the back end.
Yeah, well, software training is not bookkeeping training.
That's right.
It's software training, and making sure that that is always kept forefront, because it's, you know, frankly, it's really hard. That's what the software companies want it to look like, that anybody can pick up their software and do bookkeeping. And of course, bookkeepers know that that's absolutely not true. So what Trifold is attempting to do is to take those bookkeepers that have been trained by software. There's unfortunately a lot of them out there. So we're now saying, no, let us train you in bookkeeping, and then the software is going to look after itself.
Absolutely, and I just want to throw out there too, and please don't throw anything at me. I'm not trying to age you wonderful, lovely young ladies, but combined between the three of them, they have over 100 years of bookkeeping and education teaching experience. Yeah. So there is nobody better in Canada to teach you better than these three. Miss Marge here is the brains behind the textbooks. She has been writing textbooks for quite some time, so they are proper course outlines, proper textbooks. You even have an actual book that is out that people can purchase as well, correct?
I do.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Let's throw in a little...
Training has always been a big part of my passion. I as much a bookkeeper as I am a trainer, in that making sure that they understand what they're doing. The advanced course that we've launched this past year has certainly been a collaboration of effort, because it's such a beautiful trio in that our experiences in bookkeeping are different customers with different things going on, and
different industries,
yeah. and whatnot. So it just, yeah, I think I can safely say that what we're bringing to the students for course material is, you know, something we're pretty proud of.
No, and that's awesome. And I have to say it's really important. I personally have not taken their course. I would have loved the course to have been available in the beginning. I did not go through a school for it. I was self-taught. I spent a lot of time looking things up. I did work with a mentor, but I will tell you, the one thing that I did not understand, because it did not explain properly, was the debit credit system. It was not explained properly in any books. It confused me. I obviously get it now, but I have put, I think the first person outside the three of them and their spouses that probably knew about Trifold before it was officially announced. I threw all my support behind it. I have put both my team members through both the basic and the advanced, and I trained my team opposite. I trained them software. Here's what we do, here's what you can't do. So they knew what they couldn't do. We had review systems in place so that I could go in and do that. The confidence that has come off of them is absolutely amazing. I have seen changes in them, and both of them, I could challenge them back. I'm like, you've taken the course, you should know the answer to this. What do you think it is? And they can talk through, and just, it is absolutely amazing with the confidence. And I do believe, and I'm putting one of them on the spot who's in the room, who's probably going to give me evil looks. I do believe both of them are even going to try for their CPB designation this year. One for sure. Don't know about the other one. She might try her technician first. But that's essentially what this is attempting to do, is so that when you're finished the advanced course, you should know enough to be, not necessarily the practical experience, but that will come, but you should know enough to pass your CPB, correct?
That's correct, and that's how the course was originally designed, so that they could, in the fundamentals, because we have two courses, fundamentals and then the advanced, and the fundamentals will take them up to them have enough knowledge to write the technician level course, and then after that, the advanced course, they will have enough knowledge to be able to write the CPB. But, of course, they do have to put in their hours and all the other requirements, so they can't just come out of the course and write the CPB exam all the time. But they're certainly getting all the knowledge to do that. But if I can just backstep one little bit, because I do want to bring out what you just talked about. You taught your staff data entry.
Yes.
And that's
not understanding.
That's right.
Entry, you're right.
And that's what software training does. It gives you a bunch of data entry people out there. And bookkeeping is not about data entry. It's about learning and really understanding what you're doing. And that's what makes the difference between somebody that can just do data entry and somebody that can be a professional bookkeeper. And that's what we're helping to produce, is professional bookkeepers.
And you absolutely are, because the model that we were under when I taught them to do that, I had to still be involved in every single file. I had checks to do, I had everything else that I had to do. I had to go back and teach them. And yes, both of them came out of your fundamentals course. Both of them passed their technician. Neither of them have written, they've just both finished, basically one back to back, after the other has both finished the other course, so they haven't challenged the CPB yet. I know it's going to be soon, but yes, they both did that. Now that they have that knowledge and I can see they're going out, my plan is to step out of the bookkeeping business as much as possible, so they now have the knowledge to take over and do the day-to-day. So Sandra is now bookkeeping services manager and is going to manage the team, and she can handle those questions. Some of them that I used to be able to. Her and I work closely together so that I'm now only answering the more advanced, and she's learning from that as well too. And those are the ones that come with experience. Those aren't the ones that come up every day. Those are the ones that come with experience. So I can say firsthand, I have seen the difference. And Leanne, who's sitting over there, when she came out of the fundamentals course, I think it was, she went and she actually came to me and she said, there was something I never would have known before. Now I know and I understand.
Yeah.
And that was, that was pretty eye-opening to her as well.
The understanding is the key there.
It is.
Yeah, a lot of the students refer to it as filling in holes or filling in blanks, and that kind of makes our hearts sing, because it's part of the bigger picture.
And working out puzzles, as you always say.
Working out puzzles,
right. Yeah.
And I mean, the debits and credits thing, I mean, Shelley can speak to this probably easiest because she takes them through that section, but I mean, it's core, and it's also, I think, one of their biggest struggles initially is getting that down. What do you say, Shelley?
Because it's not logical the way that it's explained. If somebody had explained to me, it's like the scales, they need to balance. But nowhere in any book that I read, and I spent a lot of time, it wasn't until the person that I mentored under said to me, she says, Tanya, she says, look at the trial balance. She says, follow the trial balance. So that's what I think. Now, of course, I know the equation, but at that point, I didn't know the equation. I knew it was something, didn't know what it was, because my focus was on doing, not that part. She says, look at the trial balance. that's what's going to tell you if you want it to go up, you go on the same side. You want it to go down, you move it to the other side.
And how many trial balances do they do in the fundamental?
That's like a secret. If I give that up, man.
There's a lot. There's a lot of trial balances.
There is a lot of trial balances. Yeah, because I always say that, you know, data entry, you know, people that do data entry do a great job of it. You know, I would never argue that they don't, even if they don't have the training. But where they lack the experience is when they have an error. And then trying to figure out, they don't even know why it's wrong. Never mind how to fix it. And that's what we're trying to do. It's like, we're going to show you why there's a problem and how to get through it.
And that's what builds confidence.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, absolutely. And then of course, all of you that know Dianne and her passion, she actually started CPB Canada, which is still legally known as the Institute of Professional Bookkeepers of Canada. And Dianne was the founder. This was her vision, and it was to take our profession and try to elevate that, because we are a profession. Data entry, and again, just to what you said, that point, data entry, you don't need to understand what you're doing with it. But we're not data entry people, and anybody out there who still thinks we are, you come find one of us, we will set you straight. It's data management, data understanding. You need to understand the data in order to manage it, and in order to properly communicate that and actually help our clients.
That's right. That's right. That's the key. That's absolutely the key to raising us all up, is for all of us to have a level of understanding as to exactly what's going on in the books. And then there's value. Then you're passing value to the customer, the business owner, and that's who we serve. That's ultimately why we do this, is to promote small business and help them contribute to their dreams and to the economy in reality. So yeah, it's really, and we're loving it. We're at conference right now, but we're running into our students everywhere. So they're taking it seriously. They're deciding that, yes, this is a profession. And maybe they didn't even know that before, right? But yes, this is a profession. I am going to have a professional certification, and I am going to have a career at this, which is really, that's the dream.
And they're all discovering how short I am. That's a drawback. I mean, they've only ever seen me on Zoom. They thought I was 6'2".
It's true.
And now they're realizing that I am actually 5'2".
That's right.
I was lying all along.
So I'm just going to throw out here and ask a question, because I don't know, things pop into my head and it's like, these are not done. So
Tanya.
It's okay. It's not a hard one. It's not a hard one. So what would you say, and any one of you can respond, what would you say to somebody who was talking to you and trying to debate your course versus a course that they can take online through one of the local colleges? What is the difference that you would say to somebody looking at that?
Well, I think Shelley would be perfect to answer this, because remember, Shelley had 20 some odd years teaching at a local college, teaching bookkeeping. So she's now not doing it at the local college, so she really would have a really good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I would say that one of the things that usually happens, and I mean, it didn't happen at the college because we were bookkeepers teaching bookkeeping, but I think that's sometimes where you find that the colleges have very qualified instructors that can teach the curriculum, but they're not actually bookkeepers. So I think half the fun of teaching is telling the story about my client who does these bad things, right? Or this client who does these things are a little bit dicey, or this client, you know, and I think that is really what brings it back to these are real stories. These are real clients, and you know, we all have them, and I think that is what really makes a difference.
Absolutely. That 100 years of experience means we got 100 years of bookkeeping experience.
Absolutely, because some colleges could hire somebody with an accounting degree, but if they don't have the practical experience in it, they're coming at it from a different aspect. And for those of us who want to go in it and get that, that will make a difference. That will make a difference.
I was just going to say, eye-opening for them, because they are real-life stories. I mean, our intention isn't to frighten them, but to just, this is
real world.
These are things that, you know, to be aware of, and then be able to guide them, you know, in a situation like that. This is what our response would have been.
And this is really going to happen out there. When you start going out, this is really going to happen. It's not going to be textbook.
Absolutely. And I think we're going to go over time, and that's okay here because there's a few little bit more important things to discuss. So you also have a follow-up system where your teachers can, or sorry, your students can still continue to work for you. Let's say you had, again, somebody who wanted to try to go out on their own, but yet still have that backup, that mentorship. You still have a continuing program that they can still access that as well. You don't just, sorry, you're done, bye-bye.
Yeah, no,
right?
we don't leave our students alone, no. We call them graduates, but you know, they've graduated out of that, out of the course only, but we're here for them.
Yes, because your actual name is Trifold Bookkeeper Advisors.
Yes.
Yes, and so that's a structured program that they can stay on to continue to pay for that support.
The guide me stuff. They can do it. They can do it whichever. What did we say on there? What you want, any which way you want it. Yeah. So
what you want when you need it.
Yes.
At the level you
need.
Yes. And that would be available then, just knowing you, and I don't know this answer, so yes, I'm going to throw it out there, but that's available for anybody, not just people, not students who've taken your course. That is available to any bookkeeper out there at any level who needs your help. Is that right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
The other thing we have too, Tanya, is when they've come through a course, we have a private alumni group.
Oh.
So once they've finished a course, they join that Facebook group, and we do our best to, we invite them to ask questions. We, set up resources for them on there. So it's
continued support. That's awesome.
Being one of their go-tos. Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And hopefully get them to be able to build their own go-tos within themselves.
Yes.
Right? Marge is always talking about that. The three of us met at conference, I don't know, 25 years ago or something crazy. No, really?
Yeah, I was just learning to drive.
Yeah, so
I was probably like 16.
A long time ago. And they became my go-tos, right? If I didn't know how to do something, I could call Shelley, I could call Marge. So that's what we're hoping to do in the alumni group, is to get a bunch of people to know that I can trust this person. I can ask that question, and it's going to be private, and I'm going to get the answer. And then they have this insurance in the background that Dianne, Marge, and Shelley are watching. So in the private Facebook group, they're not going to ever get the wrong answer. We're going to make sure that the discussions are going in the right way and that the right answer comes out.
And I'm actually very glad that you mentioned that, because I know you and I have both commented and personally spoke on many times where people who are bookkeeping and learning to do it themselves and have not found their way through your course yet, they go to the Facebook groups for the answer. No, please don't, unless somebody is giving you the answer with a link to a qualified government site to back it up. You don't know what information you're getting. We've seen Dianne and I both talked, and again, both commented on the same post. Somebody went and said, where can I go to learn to bookkeep? And they were told to go to the QuickBooks Online, that they had a course that you could teach. Again, great course, it will teach you the software. It won't teach you how to fix it when it goes wrong, or how to even recognize that it's wrong.
Yeah, I think it's okay to Google how to cut my bangs, right? But probably not Google how to do bookkeeping.
Yes.
I would agree.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And those Facebook groups are fantastic for how do I do something in the software.
Yes.
Because there's lots of people out there that have got lots of knowledge on the software. They specialize in, QBO or Sage, whatever the product is, and they can tell you how to do that. But asking questions about compliance, asking questions about, where does this belong? Is it on the balance sheet? Is it on those things should not be asked on Facebook generally, because you're going to get yourself in trouble at some point, because they're not always going to be correct.
Exactly. So go to the experts. And if you don't want to take the course, then go in and take their what you need to know, when you need to know, because then you have that accessible to you. So before we wrap it up here, because yes, I'm getting the evil look because we do have in 10 minutes another call, they are also sponsors of our Winter Boot Camp and our beautiful little puppies, but they wanted to hold the puppies themselves. So we will pass the puppies out. So again, if you don't know already about these,
We wanted to meet them first.
yes, they wanted to meet their puppies that they're sponsoring. And so we have on here, again, the little card with the trifold with the blue, purple, and green, the hashtag, so please do tweet. They want to see what happens with the puppies. They want to watch the puppies grow up. So please do that. So is there anything, because I know your puppy likes puzzles as well.
She does like puzzles, and I would suggest that her name might be Violet, I'm just saying. And so that they do come with other goodies, I'm just saying.
They do,
Yeah.
they do. I haven't looked in, but I do know that there are some special trifold goodies in
We
it
are
too.
all dog lovers, so this is pretty special.
Yes, as any one of our students will tell you, that my dog, Marlo, is constantly barking right in the middle of sentences and all kinds of things. So yeah, we all have lots of dogs. Shelley's got the most of all of us. How many dogs?
I've 2.5.
2.5, yes.
2.5.
He's so tiny.
Oh,
One of them
okay.
is so small, and he's missing a leg.
Yeah, so I'm
right?
just gonna rip a leg off this puppy so everyone will know that this is mine.
He can be called. He can be called Three Leg.
Tripod.
There we go. Tripod.
Okay,
puppy
so we have
called
Violet and Tripod,
I
and,
don't know.
well, you're green, you should be maybe Shamrock or something.
Shamrock.
Well, that's
We're
cute.
just noisy.
They are so
Marlo too?
Yeah,
But if you say-
That's
if you
right.
say noisy, somebody out there might not want to take home a noisy puppy.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, so.
Look at you, always with the promo.
I'm trying. But, so, also, they do not have a booth here at CPB Canada Ignite. If you are here, search them out. This is what I want you to do. Search them out, do hashtag win a boot camp and hashtag, what's our trifold hashtag we're using? Just hashtag trifold?
Hashtag Trifold.
Okay.
Hashtag bookkeeping. Hashtag bookkeeper.
Okay, so any of those
Any of
hashtags.
those.
Yeah.
But also hashtag win a boot camp. That will get you into the boot camp. So if you can get just a selfie with each, like with one of them individually,
Oh.
that is worth one entry. If you can get all three of them and get in a selfie with all three of
That's a
them,
task, let me tell you.
we will give you 10 entries. How's
Oh my
that?
Wow, that's fantastic.
But you've got to get them together at the same moment. Do that selfie, get those hashtags out there.
Value added.
Yes,
We are.
that's big
Yeah,
time.
that's
Absolutely,
Big time.
absolutely.
Thank you so much for letting us meet them.
Yes.
No, and thank you. And again,
Looking for a good
$50.
home.
So $50 from each of them is being donated to Beagle Freedom Project. So again, if you don't know about that, look it up at bfp.org. So I've been told several times I need to wrap it up already. So thank you very much, ladies, for coming. Thank you for
Yes,
talking to us.
thank you,
Thank you for
everybody.
sponsoring. I'm so happy to see you guys in person. It's just been way too long. And thank you for the training you've done on my team.
Yes, you're
Very
welcome.
welcome.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Thank you
Thank
for
So
you.
us.
look them up. Bye,
Come find
everybody.
us.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.